to Savage Daughter Podcast. My name is Heather. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about miscarriage or infant loss. It could be triggering, so if this is a trigger for you, just know that it's going to be a heavy conversation today. I have some friends that are going through it right now, and I've personally gone through it. I know that all the people have all the things to say to try to comfort them, and I know from personal experience there's nothing that anybody can say that can make them feel better. And this episode is about those feelings. I know it's hard to not feel so alone, but right now that you do feel that way, and I'm sorry. We're going to talk about all of that today. So let's get started. So I was going through some old journals of mine, and I found a journal entry back in 2012 when I lost a set of twins. I was about 13 weeks along when I lost them. And I kept this journal entry as a bookmark and a lot of different journals to remember that pain, to remind myself those feelings that they were valid, but often I found that they weren't true. And also to remind myself that it wasn't my fault or my body's fault for why I lost a baby. So I had wrote, people look at me but don't even know the pain that I'm feeling inside. People ask me if I'm all right, that God has a plan, that they're here for me, but they cannot give me what I lost. My body betrayed me. My partner wants to help, but they don't really understand how bad it is for me. They didn't lose anything. I feel so alone and angry and sad. I just keep crying. I think I'm finally okay, and I try to function and get up and go to work, and then the tears start again, and I'm right back in the beginning of, that feeling. Right now, I feel hopeless, worthless, angry, and hurt. Why would the universe give me something just to take it away like that? How is that helpful? What lesson could they possibly be trying to teach me? It's just so unfair. People mean well by trying to comfort you when they know of a loss. There is no manual on what to say, and I know it's extremely rare when somebody does find something to say that does bring you some kind of comfort. 1 in 4 women suffer the loss of a baby, but yet we feel so alone. It's hard to get our feelings out and talk about it. I know that there are women out there who are more open about the process and the healing, but then again, I wonder how many women have felt silenced by their pain. Maybe they're a little bit more private than those people that can share it. Maybe they feel like they have no support, no one understands. Holding in this pain, though, can cause so much mental anguish, and that's kind of where I was. I didn't really talk about it. The torture that I put myself through was relentless. From the minute I woke up to the minute I went to bed, sometimes the pain even invaded my dreams. I kept thinking about all the what ifs or imagining what the child would grow up to be like, whether it was boys, girls, one of each, smart, funny, athletic. There were so many questions and so many things that I didn't have answers to and I didn't fully understand. I'd be lying if I, said that, every November 27th, I didn't think about the twins hard. Obviously, I was only pregnant with them, so they weren't really born yet, but I do wonder what they'd be like. What if I had them? Would I still have Saoirse and Aiden? What would my life look like? Would I be with Adam? Would I be with Alex? What would my life be like had I not lost them? I was going through a nasty divorce. The partner that I had, the dad of the babies, he was somebody new that I was saying, would we be together? What would my life be like now? And it's kind of crazy to think about because I'm happy with where my life is and I can't imagine life without Saoirse and Aiden. But the reality of it is I didn't want a whole lot of kids. If I would have had the twins, I probably wouldn't have had Saoirse and Aiden. And that to me is just mind-boggling. I think that the feelings and the pain of losing a baby is something that we will never fully understand. I think it's too deep for the human brain to comprehend. I do believe that the pain does lessen a little bit, but it does never go away. I know there are people that say time heals all pain, and quite frankly, I think that's a load of shit because the feelings come and go like a tidal wave. there'll be times that you're just sitting there and you'll just burst into tears again, and you feel all, that rush of emotion all over again, as do 1 and 4. You're not alone. And as lonely as the process is, I definitely don't want you thinking it's your fault or that your body betrayed you. Your body is perfect as it is. And I know it's so hard to not go into self-loathing like I did, but that's only going to put you in a mental battle with yourself. And trust me, it's a long one. I've learned to thank my body for the life that, or the lives that it carried, even if it was for just a short amount of time. I didn't get to take my babies home, but knowing that I was able to carry them for a little, around 13 weeks, I thank my body for that. As painful as it is to not have those kids here, I still feel extremely grateful for the opportunity to be able to, at least try. So can we take a moment to talk about the partners during this? I know that this isn't necessarily something that every female that's ever, miscarried or had a stillborn or lost a child has. I know that, there's a lot of single moms out there that go through this alone. But there's those of us, too, that did have a partner that also suffered the loss. And I don't think the attention goes to the dads or, the other partner as much as it should, while, you are going through it and it was your body and, it was you. It wasn't all you. Your partner is grieving too. They don't really know what to do, to say, or to help. They're trying to stay strong for you, but they're hurting. And I wish I had realized that back when I was going through it. I had kind of cut off the dad after I lost the babies because it was just too much for me to handle. I realize now that he was feeling the pain too, the what ifs or what could have been. I think that we both kind of, we were in a new relationship and we had just, lost a set of twins. And I think we weren't in a place to be there for each other and lean into each other. And I think that that is so important. If you do have that partner that is supportive of you, don't think that they don't understand. While it may not be their body, they do, but they have a whole different perspective. They're losing part of you as well. So to those who are still struggling with their loss or, currently going through it, I'm sorry. I know it's hard and it's painful and it feels so lonely. And I wish that I had more words to say. Maybe this wasn't as encouraging as it could have been, but I'm all about being real and being vulnerable. And it's okay to feel what you're feeling, but don't sit on them too long and do not blame yourself. It's so hard. And I know that. And I'm always here if you want to reach out and talk. I can just listen. I don't have to offer advice. I am a good listener sometimes too. I promise. Don't ask my partners, but yeah, I do actually listen sometimes. But yeah, I love you and I'm sorry that you're going through it. And I know people say you can always try again, and you can when the time is right for you. Don't feel like there is a time limit. Don't feel like you have to rush. Don't feel like, there's an expectation. Go at the pace that is good for you and for your partner, and just lean into each other and focus on healing. Do something to remember the life that could have been, whether it be, releasing balloons or lighting a candle or something. Just remember and honor that soul that, was part of you. Anyway, that is it for today. I don't really have much more that I can say on this subject besides just we're here for you. 1 and 4, we know, we understand. That's all I got. I know today's episode was a heavy one, but I hope that if you have found yourself in this situation or know somebody going through it, feel free to share this episode with them. Again, I know it's not the most encouraging, but I want your feelings to feel validated and to feel seen and understood. You're more than welcome to reach out to me on Instagram at hmcgarrity90. Facebook is Heather McGarrity. We do have a community support group, the Savage Daughter Podcast. And if you like the music in this podcast, you can follow Ian on Spotify. His username is Hi, I'm Ian. No spaces. So it's all together. And that's it for today. Much love to you all. Deuces.